Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining in tonight. Good evening and welcome to the demo class of DesignWings. We are expecting all of you to join on time, hopefully. And I am Puneet. For those who don't know, I'm a UX designer. I'm also the founder at DesignWings. Tonight we have a very special guest, someone who's very experienced at both teaching as well as UX and UI in the corporate world as well. Apart from that, we'll be teaching you a lot of cool concepts tonight, and we'll be going through a lot of cool stuff that we have prepared for you. And one thing I want to know from y'all is I want everyone who is going to join the actual design school after taking the demo class, who intends to take the demo class in the sense of joining the design school, maybe write down in the comments yes, just yes, if you are going to join, because we want to know who are wanting to join, who all aren't. Okay, so that's just a quick poll I want to do on the comments on the right. Just put that in the little chat box. So without further ado, I won't waste anybody's time tonight, and I want to really quickly introduce our special guest. Our special guest tonight, there was a little change, definitely, but the guest tonight is even more experienced, even more, experienced in teaching and everything else. Mohit Sharma is the senior UX designer at EY. EY is a very big organization. Just search on Google, bada sa aa jayega EY. Not only that, he has worked and taught at Imagine XP. So we have good quality people right here. Also, except that, he has owned his own company. He has worked with other various, not only startups, but large organizations. And he is here tonight with us, and he will be mentoring all of you who will be joining after tonight. He will be mentoring you all for the batch number 3. Please give it a huge round of applause for our very lovely, very khush mizaj, Mohit Sharma. Welcome, Mohit. Woo!
Thank you so much, Puneet. Thank you so much for a great introduction. I really appreciate it.
Because everything is on.
No,
Everybody, clap emoji. Clap emoji for Mohit. Come on.
thank you so
Really
much, Puneet. Thank you for such a lovely and warm welcome.
Awesome, man. Thank you for joining us, of course. Apart from that, I really want you to, in the next 60 seconds,
Uh-huh.
in a few sentences, tell the audience who are you? Who are you? What and who is Mohit Sharma?
Well, it's been around 6 years since I've been in design, user experience design, user interface design, also product management. So I started my journey as a product manager, as a digital marketer as well, and somehow UX found me. So I was very lucky in that aspect. I actually hadn't heard the term UX before 2015, and I was lucky enough that a company that hired me saw the potential in me to be a UX designer. They taught me. They enrolled me for a course where I learned UX, how it works, what is UX, what is UI, and how do you actually, make usable products, how do you make wireframes, how do you make products which are good to look at, because aesthetics is that is also very important. And somehow all of this amalgamated, and I was able to pursue my career in this. I also was lucky enough to run my own company in design thinking. So that is the bigger umbrella under which UI UX is. So we positioned ourselves as a design thinking agency, and we had great clients. One of the best startups that worked with us. We helped a lot of startups, get funding through our designs, through our prototypes. So all in all, it has been a great journey so far, and I expect that the future is even better.
Quick question, Mohit,
Yeah.
from Ayushi. She says, she asks, did you go to a design? Do you have any professional
Mm,
background for learning?
no. I'm a engineer by qualification. I've done my electronics communication engineering, and like I said, somehow UX found me. I never
Yeah.
went out and I never seek design education. I did actually enroll for online courses, but the best training that can happen is what I felt was on the job, because I really didn't have any mentors. I was one of the people who had to figure it out on the job, and I had to do a lot of hit and trials to to get it
Yeah.
right. I actually I was lucky that I got very good feedback, and I never got so as a UX designer, it's important that emotionally you should be able to accept feedback, even if someone is giving it in a way which is not constructive, but somehow
Yeah.
you should be able to see what to remove and what to accept, and implement it in your designs. So
Yep.
that is how I learned it.
Cool, cool. I think that's a great journey, man. And now you're at EY. You're a senior UX designer at EY. You're at a level where you can say, you've done well for yourself, and I think that's all that matters at the end of the day. Wherever you've learned UX from at the end of the day. So for all of you all, we have a very, very special, not only PPT. PPT is so cliche. We have an interactive session tonight. We will also teach you a lot of hands-on stuff. So tonight, Mohit and I will be designing some stuff together. Fixing some stuff. To be very honest, and we'll be teaching you a little bit of UI design as well on our screens right here. And without further ado, Mohit, let's just get
Sure,
into this.
let's start.
So this beautiful rocket will take us. Where will it take us
To our
next?
moonshots. Yeah.
Yep, yep. So, without even moving further from here, there are so many terms. I don't know, man. I just can't wrap my head around everything because
Yeah.
I started off in the industry knowing only UX and UI. Ki, Acha, this is what exists, because that is what I was told. And later on, when I ventured into everything, I realized there's so much more to it than just UX and UI. And to be honest, I feel once you're at a point where you can say, I know this really well, you can develop a niche. And I think except UX and UI design and maybe product design, everything else below that is a niche: interaction, motion, visual. And I think these are niches everybody should know. So tonight we're just going to focus on UX and UI. Let's not hinder a lot, but definitely maybe if somebody's interested, we'll once this video goes up somewhere, we'll just put in some links to all these other terms as well.
Sounds good. Yeah. Let's do it.
Moving on to our actual first slide is, Mohit, this is big question. Big question.
UX
Is
and UI
because
design.
everybody has a different definition. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can pray to Don Norman as much as you want, but you'll eventually develop some other thought in your mind. And to be honest, I think I don't mind everybody having their own definition, because it should fit your own style of research, your own style of UI, everything. So what do you think, Mohit? Is it something that everybody can maybe utilize in a very different manner or define in a different manner?
I guess everyone has their own definition to it. Of course, yeah, we know that Don Norman actually coined the term UX, and he has a well laid out definition for it. People can go online and search for it. But UX and UI, people have their own understanding of what it is. There have been a lot of pictures that try to describe what is UX and what is UI. Like the Heinz ketchup bottle picture is a famous example that we have all seen. Then there are, park and paths. So what is UX and what is UI? So I guess it's actually how you feel is what is user experience. Experience is how do you experience it, what you feel about it. Does it work for you? So UX could be good or bad, any experiences. So, and similarly, so can UI design be.
For sure. I think that's very true. Moving on to the next slide. So very conveniently, we've just, to be honest, this is more book stuff. But after this slide, we're going to give people like a real life example of what really it is. So UX is the way people behave with a product. It's more behavioral and interactive as compared to just what they see or the way something communicates with them. It's more how they are interacting with something and how they go from point A to point B, or how they complete a certain task. It could be on screen, it could be offline as well in a lot of ways. I mean, wireless earphones, how they kind of come out and you put them in the ears. That the entire thing is, again, that is something we will be explaining later on, what is CX. But all these are little babies of CS in my opinion. User interface is the visual medium through which people interact with and communicate with a product. I mean, that's all. That's a lot. It says a lot. I mean, communication can include content. It can include the way a content is displayed, or the way the user wants to display content. So there are a lot of factors which are revolving or rotating around UI, definitely, for sure. I think next slide is something that you and I can really discuss on, is Mohit, is very, very simple. Is on the right, we have user interface. That's user interface.
Yeah, okay. Beautiful spoon. Look at.
Yeah, I wish I had a spoon right here.
Do you remember we used to have such spoons, maybe in showpieces or in a tray where just put in showpieces and
जब घर पे मेहमान आते थे तो ये निकाले जाते थे.
शायद.
अच्छे वाले.
कई बार तो बस जाके रखे जाते थे and there wasn't any much use of it. To look at it and feel good about owning it.
Yeah, I think it's just a table piece. Nobody uses. I used to, till the age of at least a good 16, 17 years old, I realized what a soup spoon is meant for. I was like, soup spoon ka kya use hai? And then I realized why soup spoon is more convenient to drink soup when I actually tried it out. So on the right, we have user interface. It is visual. You can see that it can be used for something. You can identify it as something. But when you actually use it to drink soup, do you experience the use of that spoon? And it is I think this is something that we kind of take simple examples for granted. We kind of I have met a lot of designers who complicate the UX and UI design process. They're like, बॉस ये सारे टर्म्स हैं, ये सब कुछ है. लाइक यार, अगर आपको टर्म्स नहीं भी आते, इट डजंट मैटर, जस्ट गूगल इट लेटर ऑन. जस्ट रियलाइज कि ये सिंपल प्रोसेसेस हैं जो हम एवरीडे लाइफ में भी कर सकते हैं और एवरीडे लाइफ से रिलेट करके भी सीख सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल.
So I think this is a very crucial example. पिछले में in the previous demo class I had given ketchup example, but that ketchup example was more like a meme. Okay, why this meme is wrong, karke, But nevertheless, moving on to like the next slide, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, the bifurcation.
This is where it starts getting a little tricky. Again, it's not tricky, to be very honest. UX is understanding, user research, wireframing, prototyping, user testing, and a bunch of other steps which a lot of steps are even invented. Like you'll be like, "Acha, aisa bhi kuch hai," after a while. So not fixed, not something which completely defines UX, but something which upar se it looks like this. And in a lot of ways, in a lot of organizations, this is what is followed in general. UI may identification of the UX, layout, structure, typography, visual design. Visual design may you can throw in whatever you like color theory, iconography, whatever you want, you can throw it in there. Just I think visual design is a vast term. And of course, what I do on my main channel, motion and animation, which a lot of people try to couple around with prototyping, but I feel a prototype should be a little more basic. But definitely,
it should be easier than motion and animation. I mean,
for sure,
because motion and animation requires a whole skill set that you have to develop over time to, to showcase it. But prototyping isn't that tedious, or the learning curve isn't that steep. So prototyping is something simple, which is easy to understand and implement.
Quickly in the comments, everyone, if you know all of these terms, say I know all of this. If you learned something good from this, if you learned something new कि अच्छा यहाँ पे ऐसा भी कुछ होता है, then put it in the chat, man. Chat में बातें करो, memes के बारे में बातें करो, कुछ भी बातें करो, but keep the chat alive. रसोड़े में कौन था? Just debate. I love the community, man. Like Binod is a UI designer now. Rashi Ben is a UI designer. I don't know, man. So moving on. Anyways, now that we've discussed this, awesome. This is now comes the fun part, everyone. Whoa. Okay. So let's go to Figma, Mohit. Let's go to Figma.
All right.
Follow us, everyone. Not follow us, but Figma. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we go to the hands-on, Mohit, there'll be a section hands-on करके left पे pages में left में hands-on नीचे हाँ जी. Okay, so everyone, you thought we were here just with a PPT? Well, you were bloody wrong, man. Tonight we will show you how you can improve your designs in easy snap steps. A lot of people I see, they again, as I said, complicate stuff. Okay. Tonight, let's uncomplicate stuff and let's teach all of these wonderful people what's the good stuff, what's the good meat. So what do you?
Why don't we why don't we ask them if they can chat and tell us, what do they feel about this?
For sure. Everyone, what do you think is wrong with this card right here, with this little box right here? What do you think is wrong? You already know because there's a hint on.
There's something wrong with it. What is it?
Yeah, there's a hint there. But what do you think is wrong with that little card right there? What do you think? What disturbs you about it? Put it in the chat. I told you. Just keep chatting about bullshit. Awesome. यार यहाँ पे अपडेट होने में थोड़ा टाइम लगता है.
अच्छा.
On the Restream platform, a lot of people when they text, they're like, now it's coming in. Shadow, hard shadow. Okay.
Oh,
some people are getting really close to it. Yep. One more thing, except the shadow, there's one more thing. One more thing.
Let me
I'll give you a clue. The concept started with old cartoons, and that's all I gotta say. What did all old cartoons like Mickey Mouse, the original Mickey Mouse, and whatever other classic cartoons were there had in common? I'll ruin the surprise. Every why does every Disney cartoon have rounded everything rounded? Why does Mickey Mouse have big round ears and not pointy ears? Why does Mickey Mouse doesn't have he has gloves on his hands because of a reason? Well, there are two reasons. So cartoons need to portray a friendly aspect to their viewers, which is maximum is children. And for children, rounded edges, soft edges, is something which is more appealing and it is easier on the eyes and it's more friendly. It's something that is friendly. Why do cartoons wear gloves? I'll ruin everybody's childhood right now. Mickey Mouse wears gloves because in the early days there was a cartoon where there were robbers, thieves, chore, and all of them wore gloves because, of course, thieves wear gloves. Mickey Mouse and every other cartoon in Disney was designed after that initial cartoon. I just ruined all your childhood. Awesome. So Mickey Mouse could be a thief. Conspiracy theory. So everybody has guessed most of it, and soft or rounded border radiuses as well as light shadows or softer shadows always leave more room. First of all, this seems as if it's like a bigger block just because of the harsh shadows. It first of all leaves more room around, more white space around the object or element, and also it is softer on the eyes, and in general when you have many cards side by side, looks better. So Mohit, let's bloody I'm just gonna jump in. I'm gonna quickly jump into Figma and let's fix this together.
Yeah,
and we'll be fixing
adding to your point,
for sure.
so rounded corners, like they are more inviting and sort of they have a warmer feeling to it. The user would like to click on it. So that is why, and in cases wherein businesses, there could be a business impact when you have to maybe on sort of CTA, so you would see buttons being rounded, all right, or some cards where you have to click and go to different pages to read about a product, and maybe on an e-commerce portal you might see product images and the product details on a card which has rounded corners. So it sort of tells the user to sort of click on it and then maybe eventually buy it. So it sort of gives them a soft nudge that click me. So it can have huge impact for businesses as well.
Yeah, I've read case studies where there have been like millions of dollars in sales after such small changes are made. And today, everyone, we're giving you millions of dollars of advice tonight. This is a $1 million video. I said it. So let's get into this. Let's fix this card together, Mohit. Shall we?
Sure.
Let's. Can you just duplicate it while I'm coming onto Figma really quick, and let's fix this bugger. Awesome. Okay, so I'm here. Hey, what's up? So very easy quick fix is, guys, whichever tool you're using. Mohit, can you click somewhere else? I think your cursor is coming like blue.
Is it better now?
Yeah, for sure. So very quick way to fix this card. First of all, let's give this a quick border radius, and you'll see in a minute what we mean. So I prefer, in fact, I don't. No, I'm not only the only designer who prefers. 8 multiples of 8 and 4 are generally what we follow around.
That's true.
On grids, on border radiuses, even on shadows most of the times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a low number, because we often with UI we need to touch and feel. Like a chef needs to smell and taste his food, a designer needs to feel how well it's going to work. So I'm really going to quickly increase the border radius. I'm going to start with an 8. It's a little change. This little change would have gone a long way, but I prefer these days. you see more rounded edges come up is designers just like doing things
I
extra
usually keep
sometimes.
it around 4 when I sort of design.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's me. Everyone has their own.
Of course, of course. Like let's just go up. Oh, okay. You know, there are rounded corners like this
Yeah.
everywhere. Like Google uses it now. Like Google is starting to use more rounded edges on its cards and stuff like that. So let's. You okay with this, Mohit? You think this is
I
good
like it.
enough?
Yeah, for sure. But this
Now,
is
see,
what,
all
16, 12,
this 24. Of
24.
course, this will be like this will be more relative when if it goes up in size if the card is bigger. Then another thing that some people pointed out here, you guys were right. The color is gray. So generally, we need a white card on a slightly grayed out background, which it makes just 100 times more sense. First of all, because the text is generally gray or black, as well as gray, and then there's a shadow. In certain cases, if the shadow is light enough, it might just blend in. So let's just change the color to white, and let's change the background here to a slight gray. Oops, this is not gray. This is what about EF? It's all right for now. I think it will all make sense when we reduce the drop shadow. And this is something you can do in Adobe XD, Sketch, everywhere, same values. I generally try to, play around with the same 4:8 values as well. You can reduce the shadow a lot. You can make it like 4 pixels on the y-axis and 4 on the y-axis and something like 8 on the blur, and reduce the opacity to around 20% or 15%. And it already looks 110% better than what it was.
Yeah, it's easy on the eyes.
It's easy on the eyes. If you want to lift it as much as this card is lifted up, maybe you're creating a card which needs more attention, or you're hovering over a card, you can always increase the values either in the same percentage or just, I like to go with a value like 12 by 24, which is blur 24, white 12. Again, it's not directional, it's just going down. And maybe I might reduce the shadow because it's lifting up. The shadow becomes lighter if it is away from a surface, darker when it is closer. So maybe I'll do like a 15. So it already looks 110 times better than what it earlier, that disgusting piece of shit was. So again, when you are next time when you guys are working on a design, make sure you don't make this one mistake. Next thing, which I think Mohit also has some very cool points with the next component, which is better text, better paragraphs, better content in general.
Can I make a small change to it?
Yeah, you can duplicate and start making the change, or do you want to make the change here? Are you doing what? Oh, okay, so you're just reducing the amount of text?
No, I'm not. I'm trying something so that,
okay,
to make it a bit more fun.
Okay.
And I know we don't have that much space, but we'll work something out.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we will remove the sharing pop-up. Okay, Jesus Christ. The only problem they have with the live stream is the pop-up. On my screen, I can barely see it. Why is this coming onto you?
I'm so sorry, Puneet.
Yeah, for sure.
Can
you hide? Can you click on? Can you hide the niche? There's a pop-up. It triggers a lot of people here. Nice, better.
All right, let's
see what Mohit is doing here. I think he was telling me a concept. Even I didn't understand it in one go. Maybe I'll understand when he.
Let's just ask people what they feel is wrong with this, and then we'll try to fix it.
Yeah, of course. There are a lot of visual things visually wrong, but then there's one or two smaller things which are wrong, except just being visual. So let's see who figures it out, man. Whoever figures it out gets a thumbs up. By the way, I should have said this earlier, but whoever joins DesignWings Design School Batch 3 in the next 48 hours gets a 2,000 rupee Amazon gift card. Just throwing it out. So much fun.
Are we getting any answers, or is there a lag?
Line spacing. Yeah,
Oh,
there
great.
is definitely 100% lag. Line spacing, alignment of paragraphs,
Okay.
center alignment. Somebody saying typography. Okay, people are getting really close now. A lot of people are getting very, very close. There are a lot of different answers. About white space, line spacing is
Okay.
definitely one. I think that's very evident. I think uneven spacing in each line. That's an interesting observation.
All
Let's see
right.
what we can do about that. So the typeface goes better with headings, not body. People are getting somewhere, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a smart
Text should
audience.
be wrapped, font and alignment. A lot of different answers from a lot of different
Right.
places. Let's do it, man. First of all, Mohit, your problem, your thing which you wanted to.
Let's try to tear it apart. So we have some very obvious answers, and some of the answers which I recall is the line height, which is definitely true.
Somebody said it, by the way. What you were trying to explain to me earlier,
Oh,
somebody
great.
said it.
We have a
But
smart audience. I'm so happy
yeah.
to be online right now with you guys.
For
I'm very
sure,
happy.
man.
So yeah, of course the line height is a problem. The the space between the lines is a big problem. Right now we have the font that we have is a serif font. So you see these embellishments, these strokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is why we call it a serif font, and it's comparatively harder to read than sans serif fonts, which are a bit rounder in shape, and it's easy on the eyes. You can read it faster. Um, One of the things that why I sort of played around with Puneet's design was when I wanted to show this, where this lorem is written. So it's only one word at the end of a line. So this is called actually this is called a widow. Okay, so a widow is the last word. So if you have only one word in the end of a para, it's called widow, and that is not a good practice to have. You should at least have two words, maybe, or three words, but definitely not just one word. Okay, and this here is one word at the top, and then you have it's the other way around, and this is called
Yeah.
an orphan. So that was one thing that I wanted to sort of showcase. Also, you see these the shape that it sort of forms at the end of the text, the right hand side, because since it is left aligned, so there would be a sort of a shape that you can see here. So you should always imagine it as a room where there's a lot of furniture there, and it should be easy to navigate. It should be easy to sort of move around it. But like here, you see there's a lot of space. It's pretty uneven. So what white
Yeah.
space you have on
Yeah.
the right here, it's too much, and it sort of throws you off because there's
Yeah.
no balance to it. So these are
Yeah.
some things that you can take care of. If someone finds the character spacing a bit odd, you can try around what suits the best, and
Yeah.
we'll eventually figure it out.
Let's fix it. I mean, like if we're talking
Yeah.
about it, let's fix it.
What,
By the
what
way, thank Big Brother Saptashi Prakash is also in the chat. Handles design at Swiggy. Everybody knows him, of course. Thanks Sapta for joining, man. It means a lot. Means a lot. Let's talk cool stuff, man. Offline, Sapta, sometime. Let's talk about if you can be a guest on DesignWings. Everybody, if you want Saptashi to be a guest on DesignWings, say Sapta OP in the chat for sure.
Well,
Of
definitely.
course.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Of course. Let's fix it. Can
Sure.
we fix it? Yes, we can. Of course.
Which font
Um,
should we go for?
go for Nanito. Go for
Source
Noto
serif.
Sans. I don't know.
Source serif.
Roboto.
This is
Anything.
fine. Okay.
Uh,
What is
I
this?
see on my system I have Nanito, which is kind of my favorite
Ooh,
right now. Nanito Sans. Ooh, this is a little thick, man. Thick boy.
yeah, too thick.
Um,
Do
I
I
think
have it
maybe
here?
just go for
Sorry, just now.
uh, um, just go for a Noto Sans if it's there. I think it's
Note
generic.
Sans. A lot of Note
There
Sans.
is a just go for
Found it.
Noto Sans, Noto
Yep,
Sans. Yeah,
found
there
it.
is. Yep.
Ooh,
Just change the. I think
sure,
the weight. Change the weight. Let me quickly change the weight
sure.
for it.
You wanna do it? Or
Yeah. Let
let's
me
just
try it out. Let me try something out.
yeah.
I'm gonna pick my favorite little
Oh,
guy,
go
which
for
is
it.
Nanito Sans. I really like it. It's very clean.
This is
Um,
Note Sans.
yeah, this is Nanito Sans, which I've just used. I think yeah, you can see it on screen as well. And just gonna do this the same thing for here. There is a company to everybody who's watching. There is a company who actually made um, um, a font much more feasible by reducing the amount of space between it by making a font. Which font is that? Times New Roman, I'm guessing, or Helvetica. Times New Roman, Helvetica. There's a company who just reduced the spacing between each letter by I think point something percent. It doesn't visually look that much in one word, but in a sentence, it makes it much smaller. Here, I think you see that in action a little bit. The serif font that we were using, even Noto Sans that we used, even if it was regular, it was there was a little more spacing between each letter, and in a lot of ways it can be good, but then a lot of ways you can always control it here. Even in Figma you can increase or decrease the percentage between each letter. So I think that does also make a lot of difference. I just wanted to kind of point that out, the letter spacing a little bit. So this is there. One more thing that I want to change here is Mohit is line height.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna try. Oh, little much.
Oh, not too much.
Sorry. Percentage values I'm using. I'm just
Yeah,
just
you
mixing it up
wanna
a little bit.
try
110. Much better.
110? Yeah,
Yeah,
that looks good.
110% is.
That's
I
readable.
think it's much.
If I
It's
knew
just
the
much
language,
much
I'd be able
better.
to read it. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think one more thing that some people even pointed out was I changed the color from a pure black. Generally, I mean, a lot of people will argue on this, but I feel pure black is not the color to go unless your brand kind of pushes that out. Pure black, especially for text that you're gonna read, is I think I just
A
do
bit
a quick
lighter.
shortcut.
Yeah.
333 I generally do.
Okay.
On the
Yeah,
hex, it's
that's definitely.
slight difference, but just very slight difference, but it makes a lot of difference when the reader is actually reading it. So we kind of fixed a lot of these problems, man. Like, and how much time did it take us? It was like 2-3 minutes, and we
Makes a
fixed
huge impact.
million people. $1 million OP in the chat, please. Millions of dollars of information we're giving you tonight. Um, I don't know how I connected that, but it makes total sense now.
It does.
Okay, I think we've gone over
Yeah,
most of the stuff. Have we missed?
with better colors.
Okay.
Should we move
Yeah.
to better colors now? I think we did a good job with this in the time we had.
Yeah. I mean,
But it could be endless. Like you could keep working on it forever, and
sure. There's
there's
there
no
are
end to
meetings just for the kind of typography you want to go with, but
yeah.
of course that's for another video. Okay, better colors. So what we mean by better colors is very simple. First of all, color theory is there. Read up on it. It's like a one-page article you'll find anywhere about color theory, and it'll explain 90% of color theory to you. 10% is the trickier part, I guess. Except that colors are very important. A color can make or break. Again, as Mohit very clearly stated, $1 million stuff is here. Colors can make a huge impact, huge difference. Color contrast is there. There's how do you choose your colors is very important. So what I want to ask everybody. This is so evidently wrong, this color palette, so evidently shitty. But what's so wrong or shitty about it? Can somebody give me some sort of explanation in the chat? Because I really want to know. In fact, I do know, but I really want to know on your opinions, everybody. What is your opinion? Why is this one of the shittiest color palettes you've ever seen? Do you know it was hard to actually make a shitty color palette? I don't know why.
Yeah.
Let's see what people come out with.
Great. I'd love to hear them.
I drink so much water, I'm out of it now somehow. Please tell more about color theory, huh? In our video, as I said, join DesignWings, design school, India's most affordable design school. Period. Zero contrast. Yeah, in some colors, definitely, I could see that happen. All colors are so different from each other. I get that. I get why you would think that. I think they're way on like different parts of the color spectrum. One color is very desaturated, one is very saturated. I mean, that's what color is all about. You need to fix a lot of these things. It doesn't go with the color scheme that you're reaching somewhere. There are dull colors. Yeah, I think you're stating more of the desaturated ones. Any pattern like they are not complementary. Oh, big words.
But true words.
Yeah, true words for sure. Not blending with, again, we don't want to blend them in with each other, but definitely I get what you're trying to say. How to design join school. At the end of the video, we will show you a quick tutorial on how you can enroll like this and get the discounts, get everything. Okay, green is very fluorescent. I totally agree.
I agree.
I think people have their opinions. They're not cohesive. The color looks plain. Okay, there's a lot of. I can't catch up with the text here, man. So really quick, let's try and fix this, man. Let's help me a little bit here.
So guys, so this is a color palette, okay, and I am guessing, Puneet, this is a primary color palette. This is
okay. So
yeah.
You know what? I just want to ditch the green so bad.
Okay.
I'm
Right.
gonna pick this little guy here. Sorry, green. Green. Bye. So this is, I'd call it a blue. I'd call it a crimson. I'm not sure. But I think it's more of a violet than a blue at this point. Not really. Sure. Let's
I'll
put
maybe
the color
click on it so that
Yeah.
Or do you want to share your screen, since we're doing colors and people won't be able to see exactly what you're picking from?
Oh yeah. Let me share my screen. Every time I need to speak, I need to pick up my mic. Okay, I'll share my screen real quick. I think this will go away, and my screen will. I'll just bring my screen in, and let's try something out. Oh. Unlimited screens here. Okay, cool. Let's go on to here. Better colors. Okay. So this is, I'd call it a violet because it's in between purple and blue, and it's almost going into the purple spectrum. So one cool thing that I would like to say is you can always go with a monochromatic palette, even though it's boring, but it's better than having a color palette which is totally disgusting. To do a monochromatic, we'll you know what? I will do a base color which is monochromatic. How about that, Mohit? What do you think?
Let's do it.
So monochromatic, for those who don't know, is monochromatic in photography terms is more black and white or the same color. It's it's gray. It's based on the gray color. But in design, whichever color you pick, it could be a green, like this bottle. It could be orange, like this bottle. Hajmola. So any color which is more saturated or less saturated than this orange would join the monochromatic family of this color. So, I mean, if that makes sense. So, if we move on to here, I'll tell you how to quickly do that. So, very, very quickly, there's generally a line which goes from in between, which is like a little curve. It's invisible. It's only a designer can see this. I'm just kidding. It's a little invisible, but you know, it's a line which you need to keep in mind is there's a little circle here. So what we do is we generally move the color up a little bit. And generally, every designer does this. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And then we move it left a little bit if you want to make it a little more desaturated or less saturated, if we call it that. So if for every time I'm moving it left like this, as you can see, it becomes gray now if I move it to left. But if I keep it there where we were earlier and we move it up a little bit, then left a little bit, up a little bit, then left a little bit, we will eventually reach to a point where we are at a point when it's not too gray, not too purple or violet in this case. Voila. Oh my God. This already looks a million times better than what we had earlier. So you can use this as, you can maybe lighten this a little more, maybe reduce the opacity just to show it to you guys like this, to make this like a base color. So you can make the background, which is here, you can make it into a base color like this. And then this, okay, this is a little too much. Maybe I'll reduce it even slightly more towards the white. And this becomes a base color. Then you put white over this as cards and stuff like that. So, or you can use it as a secondary color if it's monochromatic. Moving on to a third color, let's do what web designers often do, is just put a bloody high level of contrast onto whichever color you have. I mean, I hope nobody's a web designer here. So quick trick most general non-designers will understand is if I have a red, then a blue is a contrast. If I have a purple or a blue, or maybe a dark blue, then maybe a yellow is a contrast or an orange is a contrast. As you can see, this purple here is a high contrast to this maybe light orange here. It's as simple as that. So contrast means the difference, the amount of difference. So in this case, this light purple what we'll do is I'm going to pick the same color again, the dark blue, and let's figure out how we then figure out a secondary color with this, which is primary color is this purple one where we'll use it on CTAs, we might use it for the brand, whatever it might be. Then we want a secondary color for secondary CTAs, or maybe to highlight something else which we don't want to highlight in this violet. So what we'll do is we will either take, because it's already so dark, we will make it a little lighter by doing the same trick, up a little bit, left a little bit, up a little bit. We can make a song on this eventually. So, and then we can move it around here. So a contrasting color to violet would generally tend to go towards either, you would say yellow, Mohit. But then I would have to definitely take, I mean, that's cool. We'll take it right a little bit, then up a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, Mohit? Does this look contrasting enough?
Could work. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think it's more a warning color, but it could work as a secondary color as well. Let's choose a fourth color. I mean, there's generally three colors, 3 to 4 colors, but the fourth one, yeah, we can make a gray work here too. And generally, the problem which I see is people make the gray or the less black a little too dark. Again, follow the same principle. Take it left a little bit gray and take it up a little bit. And as you can see, we have a gray. I mean, this works. Maybe
Yeah.
make it lighter a little bit so that you can use it as a backdrop. I think we have a basic color palette. I mean, congratulations. I mean, this is much better than what we started off with. Even though yellow does look a little bit neon. Quick fix I'll do with this is I'll just make it a little deeper. Maybe take it a
Yeah.
little towards the orange side, and it then becomes a little deeper and it's a little less
It
neon.
looks nice, actually.
Yeah.
You could
Yep.
leave that
Yep.
up, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use this as a brand color. Anybody, just pick it up. Awesome. Awesome. Let's assemble this together. Everybody. How will everything that we learned tonight look if we create something together? Make a good card out of this. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my mic down. I'm gonna in 60 seconds. Let's Mohit put a 60-second clock on your thing. On your phone or something.
I'll do that.
60-second. Dwight Schrute is in the chat. I'm sure this is not Dwight Schrute from The Office for sure, but a cool username. So 60 seconds when I say it, not now.
Okay. Let me know.
Okay. Whew. So much pressure. Quick designs. Okay. Let me just select everything. Let me just make sure we have everything ready. Good to go. Okay, Mohit. In 5, 4, on go, hit the go button. Okay.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Let's create a quick card. Let's create a horizontal card, which is a taller card. Works better for desktop than anything else. Maybe make this white. Maybe make this the same gray we picked up earlier. Okay, real quick. I'm bloody Gordon Ramsay. I'm feeling like Gordon Ramsay right now, like just cooking something real quick. Of course. Okay. Let's not fuck it up. 60 seconds to go. 12:24. I'll just do a raised card. What the fuck? Nobody cares. 10%. Whatever. 8 pixels. Okay. Just copy the bloody text from here and just make it shorter. I'm sure we're almost close to the deadline. Okay. We have this. We have something. Quick card. The only thing left to do is maybe add a CTA to this. Put the text here. Maybe real quick. Okay, whatever. Oh shit. Okay, let's just give me a second. Give me a second.
It's
we have
our YouTube
have,
channel. We can do whatever.
Okay, yeah. Well, we almost did it. Okay,
We almost.
I finished on the. I finished on this little blue button right here.
Yeah. It looks
give me
like
that
a
much
nice
leverage.
button. I do want to do that.
I think the image can go fuck itself now, but let's just finish it up. Let's make this smaller. It looks good. I mean, I would legit use it in my designs for sure. I think this works. It's good. It's good stuff. I'm impressed with my own self. I would probably place some,
Maybe put
something.
some text in the button.
Learn more or something. I don't know. Learn more.
Or make it all caps.
Okay, all caps?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking like a web designer now. Okay. Learn more. Learn more. Okay, cool. I mean, I don't mind all caps button too. Maybe make it 18, 16.
Yeah.
16 is fine. And maybe make it bold. Awesome.
Sounds good.
Who would have thought 60 seconds, almost 60
Almost
seconds,
60 seconds.
to make a real cool card here, right here. Awesome. I'll share this Figma file with everyone later. Awesome. See, we learned something tonight. We created something, and everybody can use all of this that they learned tonight in probably their own stuff. I mean, copy this shit. I don't care. Okay, so we have 1 or 2 slides left, we are now gonna tell you a bit about design careers. Everybody is so addicted to hearing this word career nowadays, especially nowadays during quarantine. People ask me, hey, has quarantine affected? Are there still jobs? Hell yeah. Um, okay, so let's do one thing. Let's go back. Can you share your screen now, Mohit, real quick? On,
Sure.
on
Just
your, wait, actually, you are sharing. I'll just turn this
am
on.
I?
Yeah. I think I can see it. Awesome. Um, cool. That was immediately improving your designs. Now let's come to a little bit about careers. As the Italians say, let's move on to jobs. And that's not a diss to Italians. I love Italians. How many jobs are um so
Yeah.
how many how many jobs are available? Okay. UX designer in India, search anywhere. LinkedIn, Glassdoor, you have.
Ooh, I think we lost Puneet again.
Why is this disconnecting again and again? There's some issue with the video. I don't know. Can you hear me now though?
Yeah, Puneet.
Yeah.
Now we can.
Yeah. So how many jobs are available? There are 30 pages, I think, on Glassdoor. On Naukri, there are close to 4,000 jobs. This is during quarantine, by the way. These are updated almost every week. There are new ones come in. Some are taken off, but there are a lot of new ones which come in. UX design in India on LinkedIn shows close to 3,000 results every time you search for it. And this is just UX designer. We're not searching product designer. We're not searching UI designer. We're not searching visual designer. This is just purely one term being used. And that gives us so many bloody results. According to a real study, in 2021, there will be 30,000 UX designers needed in the United States. That was before quarantine, but I can guarantee at least 15,000 are needed, even if we slash that into half. So again, if somebody asks you, is there potential, is there availability of jobs and stuff like that, say hell yeah, because there are a lot of jobs these days. And as the lockdown goes down, as in the world everything opens back up, trust me, there's going to be double the amount of startups there used to be, because now there's a new normal. And we want to build a company out of any bloody thing. So when it comes to how many jobs are available, these are just random numbers that we're throwing at you. Moving on to the next one real quick. Money. This is a topic. Won't you agree, Mohit?
That is true. I mean, everyone has that in the back of their mind.
And this is
How much
dollars. You could replace it with rupees, pounds, euros.
Yeah.
Frickin'.
we
This
lost you there
frickin'
again.
video is so good. Yeah, I did. I get to know that every time. Okay, so dollar signs in everybody's eyes. Please, dollar sign emoji here, please. So dollar sign emoji reminds you of one thing: is how much money will I earn if I become a UX and UI designer? That's a common question. So the big reveal is that when you start off, packages can range from anywhere I've seen people do it for as low as 3 lakhs a year. I've seen people do it for just junior, super junior, super junior.
I would just start out their career.
Yeah.
And these are freshers who have no prior experience.
Yeah.
So
I've seen people get 5 lakh rupees. I've seen
Yeah.
people get 7 lakh rupees to start off with if they if you get a chance to work with Microsoft, if you get a chance to work with Google, if you chance to get to work with Facebook, 5 times that amount. Because if you are working with a multinational originated in the US, you can easily 5 times the amount that most people earn. And UX design is one of the most lucrative. There's a Forbes article on this, and I'm not lying. I think I did share it somewhere on LinkedIn or something. Is Forbes states one of the most lucrative careers in the next 5 years is UX and UI. So this is not me saying it. This is Forbes, a reputed magazine, saying it. And I think one more thing I need to say is, then you can maybe jump in and give your opinion, Mohit, about what I'm going to say, is designers are the most flexible when it comes to careers, because what we have is creativity, and creativity is something that cannot be taken away from us. We can freelance, we can do some sort of consultancy, we can open our own design businesses and studios, we can sell our designs online on these various marketplaces. So many things we can do, and these are I'm just touching on the top. I haven't gone deep into the ocean right now. There are so many opportunities to make money as designers, and I would say no other field has it except maybe 2-3 other fields. I think we are in the top 5 fields of do whatever the fuck we want to do.
It's a great time to be
What would you
alive,
say?
and to be in this field. Of course, Puneet. I mean, I couldn't agree more, because you can, like you said, I have been there. I've actually like 2 years into my career as a UX designer, I had my own studio. I had the luxury of working from anywhere I wanted. I mean, you could work in an office, you could work at your place, you could go to the beach, work, go to the hills, and you find some great people with great ideas that you get to work with. I can personally vouch for it. Like the new startups, they have some great ideas. I mean, ideas I have never heard of, things that I could never think of. And I'm making those platforms, I'm making those apps, I'm making those softwares, I'm making smartwatch applications and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, you can actually, and there are so many, it's not like you're all on your own. There are so many great designers that you should follow, and I wouldn't say copy, but you should definitely get inspired from. You should see how, what is it that they're doing right, and some of the ideas, you can take from them and create wonderful products. You can actually make your own products, and instead of a designer, you can sell those products, design it, get it coded.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure. They're like
endless.
so
And
many,
there are
like
a
endless,
lot of
yeah.
jobs. Every startup that has an idea needs a designer. They
Designer.
need their color palette, they need their font, they need their style guides. So style guides, I think we didn't talk about it, but you can Google it and understand what those are.
Yeah.
Every company needs it. So yeah.
And I just want to quickly, there's somebody who was asking me, and I don't want anybody to go home with the wrong information. And somebody asked somebody else on the chat is, what is salary of an intern? I saw a Microsoft ad for an intern, and they publicly said they're going to pay 1 lakh rupees for a 3-month internship. So somebody was saying 5,000 rupees per month internship. That is totally false. Even reputed startups or medium-sized startups are giving you 10-15K.
That's true.
If somebody is giving you 5K a month, and it better be a free one, rather than 5,000 is as close to being free. So that's how much you spend on travel back and forth from the internship, or maybe spend these days on your internet. And it's crazy. I mean, 5K you shouldn't accept. Okay, if your main aim is to get experience, go ahead, but I wouldn't.
Look, if you have a great portfolio, you can ask for whatever you want. I know people who charge $30 an hour. That is from India. So you sit in India, you charge $30 an hour to a client who sits overseas in Australia or in the US. So you get you get the money in dollars and spend it in.
You might want to show us a little bit of your
Sorry?
torso.
Oh, I'm so
Your
sorry.
face is like that. Yeah, people like great photo frame.
Oh yeah, just
Yeah,
chilling.
yeah,
It's Friday night,
yeah.
so Saturday night.
Okay. So I think I think this was again million dollar live stream, very valuable tonight. I think for everyone. I think everyone will agree because we agree. We think it's valuable. I want to say first of all, from here forth, we're wrapping it up. People who should be live after we've wrapped up right now is people who are going to join Design Wings. We have offers, we have cashbacks, we have Amazon gift vouchers, we have a lot of cool stuff you can get for joining Design Wings. So whoever is going to join Design Wings, and also people who have specific questions from us on the Design Wings school course, or who just want to ask cool questions, maybe you can answer some of those questions. So people who have those two intents, please stay here. For everyone else, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Bottle in the air for you for coming tonight, for joining us on this lovely live stream. Thank you, Mohit, for being here. Mohit OP in the chat, please. Mohit OP in the chat. Mohit's photo frame in the chat, please. And thank you all for coming. So whoever is going to stay here, please in the chat say yes. No Mohit OP in the chat yet. We'll do that later on for those who are going to stay here and understand everything about the design school or intending to join. And also, please say yes in the chat right now if you're intending to stay here and stick here with the chat right here. So again, we'll see it in a delay because it's on Restream. Thank you, Restream, for that delayed chats. I think everything else is A-okay. I think this was a lovely, lovely session that we had tonight. I think we should do more of these. Yes, and we will. So before we answer specific questions, I want to introduce Design Wings to everybody. So Design Wings of Wings Education, Design Wings is an initiative that we have all started together. We have really gotten into it, and Design Wings is India's most affordable design school. If you search on Google India's most affordable design school, you will find Design Wings for sure. Apart from that, yes, Design Wings, apart from being the most affordable, is also one of the most passionate design schools out there. Being a smaller organization, the thing that we guarantee most is we are passion driven. Mohit here is passionate. All our other mentors are passionate. I am burning with passion right now. Except that we will teach you exactly what you need, not only to kickstart your design career, but to also become amazing designers, also be able to boast your portfolios, because we will help you create those. And no, everybody in the class has the same portfolio bullshit anymore. We want to create unique portfolios for all of you, depending on your niche, depending on what you are good at. And we want to build what you are good at and make sure that the organizations who are going to hire you see that in you through portfolios, resumes, great design knowledge, and amazing skills when it comes to doing something on screen. Because we really love our tools, we really love our workflows, and we will teach you exactly how to have the most perfect workflows in the world, because that is what we are so passionate about. Apart from that, Design Wings is also going to host a lot of cool guest sessions during the batches. This is whoever's going to join today, like not today, but even by tomorrow, will be a part of batch number 3, taught by this lovely guy here, Mohit Sharma, and he is also going to be your leader in leading you from beginner UX designer or a beginner UI designer to advanced UX or UI designer. And trust me, there are people who've come from sales background, who has come from marketing background, who've come from accounting background in our previous batches. And they've all had one thing to say: it is so easy to understand. We have testimonials. Apart from that, DesignWings, for the next 48 hours, what DesignWings is doing is we are doing a 10% flat discount on all our prices. I'm saying all our prices like we're a clothing brand. on our prices, we are having a 10% flat deal. No bullshit. No 10% for these people. No, everybody gets 10%, 27,500 plus GST. But if you cut it down, it comes down to 29K. Also, wait for it. 1,500 rupees a month is what you could get if you are eligible for the EMIs that we have. We have EMIs for all the amazing banks out there: Kotak, ICICI, Standard Chartered. There are a bunch more. Yes, bank. And a lot of other cool banks which are existing. Some might just go over my head. There's South Indian banks, Punjab banks. So we have EMIs, no cost EMIs, so no interest. That gives you around less than 1,500 rupees a month for our design school. For the duration, we are a 4-month course, a 4-month bootcamp course where Mohit and I will take you through a journey, and we will be learning over the weekends. So it'll be Saturday and Sunday. Nobody has to take out time from their busy schedules, neither the teachers or the instructors nor the people who are going to join. So I think that is something that we really wanted to do, was do it over the weekends. Apart from that, what DesignWings does after you have the course has ended is, first of all, gives you placement assistance. That is something we are so passionate about. I've done a lot of cool stuff in my previous organizations where I worked. I was in charge. I was given the duty to hire some people, and those placements weren't good enough. But we provide you with the right kind of placements in the right organizations, and we do counseling for each one of you. So if you are confused in your head, what do you want to do later on in life? We give you the counseling for everything: freelancing, consulting, UX design, UI design, visual design, whatever you want to do in life. We give you face-to-face, one-on-one at the end of the course. Also, except the placement assistance and the placements, we also give you a solid portfolio, solid resume, and lifetime access to our community, our private community, where you have lifetime support from all our mentors, me as well as Mohit, as well as everyone else, all the other mentors, as well as all the students. So if you want to share stuff, if you want to create groups in our organization, you can always do that. So we provide a lot of goodies, just without all the other. We don't guarantee you 100 things, and we won't give you the 100 things, but we solidly promise all of this. Apart from that, what we really want to do now is we want to declare who is going to get the Amazon prizes. So Amazon 2,000 rupee Amazon gift cards will be available for the next 24 hours. That means tomorrow night, 10:44 p.m. The offer will close down. Is for the next 24 hours, whoever signs up on the course, you get a 2,000 rupee Amazon gift card. How cool is that? I mean, I really want to get myself a nice new trimmer, and that would really help me out if I got one. Or I could buy like 1 or 2 nice design books if I wanted to. So we give you that 2,000 rupee gift card if you sign up in the next 24 hours. Apart from that, the 10% discount is always live 48 hours. Karthik is here. He is one of our students. Actually, he just joined. He loves joining these sessions. He is a student of batch number 1, and he enjoys this lovely course. So apart from that, about the course, if you have any specific questions, let's put it in here. Also, I want to do one thing. We have a WhatsApp number. Of course, the lines are not active right now, but if you drop a message there with any of your questions, or you just want to have a quick chat on some queries you have, I'm just going to drop our WhatsApp number really quick on the screen. This is a WhatsApp, business WhatsApp for our DesignWings. It's 93100127760. I sound like a TV ad. जल्दी से जल्दी खरीदिए, जल्दी से जल्दी ये bottle खरीदिए. So our institute is not only passion driven. We give you the certificate, we give you the portfolio, we give you the resume, we give you a lovely instructor like Mohit, who has had experience, quite a bit of experience in teaching as well himself. Apart from that, any questions, if you want to throw us questions right here, if you want to stick around, I think Mohit has like 5-10 minutes more too. You okay with that, Mohit?
Yeah,
Cool?
sounds good.
For sure. Let's hear the real quick questions in the chat. I'm not sure if it's here or here, but it's somewhere on the screen. So go ahead and put in your questions about the course or about general in design and stuff like that. Go ahead. It was a really nice session. I just love doing all these. It's fun.
It definitely was. I really enjoyed it. I really liked, showcasing the whole, what is wrong and how it could be made right. So, you can understand why it's necessary.
Of course.
It's when it's wrong, it's like an itch in your brain you can't scratch.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody asked, I wish I could also put my number here, but I'm just going to quickly put up the chat here. Is, hi, Mohit Sharma, what is the strength when you got your first new job? Okay, so I'm not sure what the question is all about. I think he's asking, what was the number one strength that got you through? I guess, that's what I can make
So initially I started my career as a UX designer, and later I picked up UI. So my strength, though I've been doing both UI UX for the past several years now, but initially when I started, it was UX. So, understanding people. So empathy was a big part of my job, to understand the users, where they come from. We sort of had their user profiles and personas. We used to, make wireframes, like what goes where, and did our own research, like a market research, a design research, a user research. So all these researches we did, and after that, we used to get that thing designed by a UI designer. So in some offices, you have UX roles and UI roles different. In some offices, they're the same thing. So it's a UI UX or a UX UI designer. That's only one designer who handles the whole thing. So yeah, that is how I started as a UX designer, per se.
True. I think that empathy is big
all about
big thing.
It is.
So the next question comes from Anurag. He asks, what will the user research module of the course entail? So what I can tell is, I'll leave a lot of that to Mohit as well, because we do design courses one-on-one with Mohit, and then we deliver it to you. But apart from that, the user research module always entails each and every step which is important in the user research project. We even try and bring on people to do actual user research, like live examples of people with user interviews and stuff like that. So we do everything that you need, everything that is necessary. That's not even a question. That everything that is needed, everything that you will read in a book, everything that you will read in those design university books, we will teach you each and everything. And the best part is, it's all practical stuff. We do it with a fun, practical way. We make groups. We do, it's enjoyable. It's communicative. It's cool. You learn faster that way. The next question. Okay. The next question comes from Ajesh. He says, this course is going to be like an online classes course. No, so this is online. I mean, we don't want you guys to catch COVID that fast, you know. So, so each and every school right now is doing it online, and we have made the decision of doing it online as well. That is why we have cut down the prices. That is why we're 1/3 of every other. We're less than half of every other design school. That is why we are able to do that, because we're so passion driven. Apart from that, let's maybe pick up one or two more questions. What is there are some questions I don't even want to answer because, come on, man, it's a little offensive. So somebody asked more about job placement and job/placement. Okay, job placement after DesignWings. So job placement definitely is a concern for everyone here, except that for our previous students who have already joined, who have gone through DesignWings, is job placements will be done with both startups and larger organizations, but it also always depends on the kind of demand there is in which organization. So if somebody from batch number 1 gets a job at, say, Ola or Swiggy or Zomato or something, that doesn't mean that the batch number 2 will get the same opportunity. So different batches get different companies, but I guarantee that the companies coming in are reputed, the companies coming in will look good, the name will look good on your resume in the future. So job placement is something that we work very hard for. We contact all these amazing companies. Apart from that, we also make sure that we are with you on your career with a lifetime support, as well as we don't care if it takes 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We are with you until you get a job. And for people who are maybe just college or something, we'll help you get the internship. So whatever use case you have, we'll get it done for you. That's something that you can leave on to us. What happens if we miss a class? This is a big concern. We do our classes on Blue Jeans, which is a very popular for corporates. It's a very popular video calling solution or a video conferencing solution. And also we record it. We have the premium. We record each and every class, but we only give it on request. Of course, it'll never going to be interactive. You will never be able to follow along. So we suggest never to miss a class unless it's a medical emergency. It's a reason you just can't come to class for. But in those cases, we will always give you those recordings. Recordings is something that we keep secretive and private because we don't want it to ever get leaked. We will give you a link which only you can access, and then you will be able to see that class. Okay, so somebody asked, how are the classes scheduled like? So this is something I stated earlier, maybe you missed it, but the classes are on the weekends, and the course duration is 4 months. So 4 into 4. No, wait. 4 into 4. You do the math. It's so complex to actually do it. Okay, so we'll start from a smaller number. 2 classes a week, 4 weeks, so 8 classes a month.
16 weeks. Just tell them it's 16 weeks on
16 weeks.
32
16 weeks.
All right.
Now you know why I left math. So Prince asked something. He's asking, what if we have to code designs or something? I can't get that question somehow. Okay. And there's UI. You want to code that? Okay. So there's a little jumble, but so the thing is, this is a UX UI design course. We will teach you a lot of cool stuff in Figma and stuff like that. And we'll probably give you some hints of plugins, which will be able to convert designs to code. But that is something that we'll bring guests onto the DesignWings platform to actually teach you, maybe like a guest lecture. I work as a front-end developer. Okay, so somebody is asking a very nice question. Hey guys, I recently discovered this field of UI UX design and DesignWings. I work as a front-end developer. So I think it doesn't show it to you completely. So what is the probability that someone like me can get a design job without huge pay cut? So that's a very tricky question to answer because it depends on how much you are earning now, and I will never ask you how much you earn now. But and don't state it publicly like that if you're not comfortable. But UX design jobs can be sometimes a lot more fruitful than front end developer jobs. Even if you're like a super senior person and you're earning like 20-30 lakhs a year or something, of course that's something you would have to take a pay cut on. But if you're already not earning as much, maybe as junior UX UI designers take home, maybe it's a very situational thing. If you join Google, and if you're right now in a startup as a senior developer and you join Google as a junior designer, your salary is already above a senior developer in a startup. So this is a tentative thing. You can always, that is what we have our WhatsApp for. If you want to ask certain questions like this, we can explain to you in detail on our WhatsApp. You can always drop us a message. There will be an automated response. That means we've gotten your message and we'll get back to you the next morning, because that's when our lines open. So that was about that question. Karthik asked the question. He's asking, can you ask what is the duration of the classes? So I think this is more how long these classes are. These will be around 2 to 3 hours depending on the mentor. So if Mohit decides to teach you a very boring lecture, I'm just kidding. If he has to teach you a topic which is slightly lengthy, or maybe he wants to teach you maybe something extra just to add it to it, maybe the class will be 15 minutes longer. So the duration is slightly flexible, but generally the prerequisite is that you be free for 2 to 3 hours in the morning, in the weekend. So the morning classes generally are 11:30, depending on a poll we do on the classes of when everyone is more comfortable, 11 or 11:30. Generally people choose 11:30, but that's up to you guys what you will choose in the classes. But that is the duration is what we're talking about. Apart from that, will you be creating projects in the course, or will it just be coaching? So coaching, you are getting the wrong coaching from the wrong places then. Coaching, the kind of coaching we do, we ask you to create projects together with us. So we put you into teams, often in a lot of projects, into a lot of problems, and we ask you to find solutions on that. We ask you to research on that, and that way we make it more interactive. We use really cool tools. We share a lot of cool books on the platform which you can read for free, and it creates a library of assets, and then you can work on multiple projects in your individual teams and with the DesignWings coaching as well. So it's both theory and practical. Theory we teach through practical stuff. So if you're wondering, will it be like a college class where the teacher writes on the board? No, it will be all about interacting with you and creating something cool with you. Okay, so any next batch update? Well, this is for the next batch. From this very moment, this very second, the batch 3 is now, registrations are open. 48 hours you can apply for to get a 10% off. After that, we'll remove the 10%. 10% is the early bird offer. 24 hours to get the 2,000 rupee Amazon gift cards. Hopefully not all of you sign up for it'll be a problem for, I'm just kidding. We'll give it to all of you if you do. So will you be teaching all the prototypes? Okay, so you're basically asking about interaction and animations. Yes, that is something that we will be teaching you. Maybe I'll jump in, maybe have fun with Mohit, teaching you guys some parallax effects, some cool prototyping techniques, some cool animation techniques. That'll be awesome. That'll be fun. Yes, we will be covering everything. Towards the end, of course, animation is a little less important than all the other concepts, but yes, that's something that we will include. And of course, as usual, bring a lot of cool guests. I don't have much knowledge about just a little bit of okay. So somebody's asking, I don't have a lot of knowledge about UI UX, just a little bit of overview which I got from watching YouTube videos. Of course, that is what YouTube videos do. They're not complete courses. Can I also join the course? Yes, Ajesh. This is as I said, even sales and marketing people, accounting people, people who are writing accounts are now drawing wireframes. So UI design and UX design is something you can learn from scratch whenever you are in life. So we will teach you from the very basics to the very advanced, and we'll make sure that you're ready for the job. So I think that should answer your question. Will you be working on live projects? If your designs are really good, towards the end of the course, we will be picking up some hero projects, and we might just make something come up. We will be starting an incubation, and let's see where we can get that. Can we opt for EMI option? Yes. So Mohit, let's do something really cool real quick. Let's take them through our sign up process so that everybody knows, because I've had questions on how to sign up properly. So let me, you share your screen and I'll guide you so that they understand,
All right.
How does a second person do it. So English language is mandatory. You don't have to speak English. If you are fluent in Hindi, if you have trouble with English, as long as you understand it, it's fine. You understood this lecture or this class, you'll understand that easy. So Mohit has quickly shared his screen. Let me just bring this in real quick. Okay, cool. So Mohit, go to DesignWings.in. Awesome. Okay, so website's loaded up. There are two buttons on the screen, enroll on the top right. You can always scroll. If you scroll down, Mohit, a little bit, of course, Mohit's lovely face is also there. If you go down a little bit, you see our offerings up front. We just wanted to keep it simple and straightforward on what we're going to provide you. Everything that I've stated tonight. If you go down a little bit more, Mohit, you have course curriculum. It's a quick PDF you can download. You can refer to it. It's a basic curriculum. The advanced curriculum is just everything just squeezed out. It's just like that. So we just summarized everything that we're going to teach you. FAQs are real quick questions that people generally ask. And below FAQs, you have ask a quick question. It directs you to our email, and you'll be able to send us a real quick email if you want to. If you scroll up, Mohit, back again to our first fold, you can watch me blabber about DesignWings on play a video, or you can, of course, if you are looking to enroll, that is the enroll button real quick. Shraddha, if I register today and opt for EMI, my classes will be starting, right? Yeah, of course. If you opt in today, of course. That's a very easy question. Of course, classes will be starting 2 weeks from now. That is generally what we keep as a timeline. And until then, everybody just signs up. And batches are limited to 20 students. So I suggest real quick, just get the batch, because if you liked Mohit, then, well, of course, this is a great course for you. Okay, so this is our payment page powered by RazorPay, of course. One of the most trusted payment platforms out there, in my opinion. You have, of course, you have my email. So if you ever want any issues, any major pain points, you can always directly reach me. Somebody from my team will definitely get to you, and that email will also get to me. So I'll definitely get that solved. With the payment, Mohit, let's start typing in so that they can see what you need to fill in. Because I need to show them what is the final payment process. Just random name, yeah. Of course, everyone, please type in the correct emails as well as phone. Even if there's a typo in the name, it's okay. But make sure you double check the email and the phone, because we have gotten 1 or 2 incorrect emails and complaints that they haven't been added to the class. So that becomes an issue. The price, as you can see, is very clearly there. 10% deducted as a discount from the original price of 27,000, and of course, Modi ji's GST. So let's go ahead and pay it. Of course, I'm not going to charge you anything more. Of course, you have your number and everything. Down below, you have your no cost EMIs. So these are, if you want to avail certain offers on these cards, on these specific banks, you get no cost. with the cost EMIs, normal cost EMIs are also there, which are, I think, some percentage of interest, which is 6 to 8% is generally what it stands for. Go ahead and press on pay, Mohit,
Proceed.
down below. Let me just hide this. Proceed, yeah, proceed for sure. What's this saying? Oh, you just entered a random number, didn't you? I think just check your details once again, yeah, and just proceed.
So it should be 10 digits, I guess. So let me try that.
Just add your number when it doesn't register your number until you, or maybe just add DesignWings. Let me just give you DesignWings ka number, real quick. Oh, acha, you got it? Cool. So these are various options. You can even pay by UPI. You know, Google pay us that shit. You have UPI, you have net banking, you have debit as well as credit. You have EMIs. These are cost EMIs. So don't get fooled by this. System's a little wacky. There are certain offers on different banks. Apart from that, the banks which are not supported in the offers will be supported in the EMI mostly. And you have pay later. So if you're a part of ICICI Bank, you can pay later. You know, that's something cool, I think. And whichever option you choose, once you click on that, just click on something, maybe EMI. Click on EMI because most people love EMIs. So here you will need to enter your debit card information or credit card information. In most cases, I suggest try using a credit card because credit card success rates are high with EMIs, but debit cards work just as fine. You enter your credit card, debit card details, you enter your CVV, everything, and then you view your plan. So if you click on that, view your plan, real quick, Mohit. No, view your plan above there, up, below CVV. Yeah. So these are various plans. In the drop down, you'll find all the banks, and then you'll find the all the interest rates and everything, which is cool. So that is how you get to know your EMI plans for different debit cards and credit cards, and you just click on proceed. Of course, that transaction won't be made so quickly. You will have to go through these steps, so no mistakes will be made. That is one thing that we made sure. Always get to us on this number right here that we've given. Right here, yeah, right here. And that was our real quick and simple to understand onboarding process. Okay, so most questions have been answered. I think most people have also left because all the questions have been answered. But thank you everyone for whoever stuck till now and whoever has joined. Hopefully we get to see you in the DesignWings batch number 3. Wonderful batches going on, 2 batches already going on in this semester. And I think everyone will be passing out with flying colors and getting amazing jobs, internships, freelancing, and a lot of other cool opportunities after this. And we will make your career. We will, as they say, one opportunity can make or break your career. So updates on next batch after this. That is something we can't tell you pronto as of now, but definitely shortly we might be final year exam. Ishank, weekends, no excuses. Weekends, no excuses. Start learning as ASAP because you want to get jobs as soon as you get out of college. So that's that's cool. And Dwight says, "Kitna paisa khaya?" He is a student of our school. So I don't think any students who join our courses will ever eat money to say anything. And join the course, man. Join the course, and your views will also change. That is all I can say to you, Dwight Schrute. You're talking just like a Dwight for sure, just like Dwight. So apart from that, thank you everyone for joining. This is our number on screen right here, and thank you, Mohit, for spending your valuable time with us and giving us such $1 million value to us tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, people. Good night. Good night, Mohit. Good night, everyone. And I'll see you guys in the classes real soon. 48 hours to avail the 10% discount.